Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk about this crazy story out in Texas involving three childhood friends who ultimately ended up unaliving one another. So Clotheia, Garret, Brian Bush, and Marcel Green had all been friends since childhood. But Clotheia, who was 45 years old, and Brian, who was 38, had been in a relationship for 8 years. According to reports, Brian and Clotheia were out and about on February 26, 2023, and they decided they were hungry and stopped to go get some food from Sonic. Well, in the midst of doing this, they ran into Marcel. The three childhood friends began having a friendly conversation and were joking and laughing until Brian got out of the car to order the food. Now, this particular Sonic is one where you can walk up and order the food instead of having to sit in your car. Police believe that when Brian got out of his car to order the food, that is when Marcel opened fire on Clotheia. The vehicle Brian and Clotheia was in was riddled in bullets, and Clotheia was shot 7 times and unalived. Now, this happened in broad daylight, so Brian was very bold and there were many witnesses around. The next day, Brian was charged with her murder, but he never made it to trial. On February 28th, Brian was shot and unalived in the middle of the day at an intersection in far southwest Houston. He was shot several times. Authorities did not believe that this was just some random crime either, and shortly after arrested Brian for unaliving Marcel. Brian is now being held in the Harris County Jail. Now, this case left me with so many questions, and I'm sure you guys have the same questions, and unfortunately, there's not much information about this case yet. Like, what was Marcel's motive in unaliving Clotheia? Did he try to make a pass at her and she rejected him? Or was he jealous over Clotheia and Brian's relationship? Did Clotheia and Marcel have something going on in the past? Who knows? All I know is Mr. Brian got it back in blood and in less than 48 hours.
In the last week of February, ABC 13's Jessica Willie is live with how they're all tied together. Jessica?
Yeah, these two cases started with 3 people who apparently knew each other since they were kids, according to court records. In fact, before Brian Bush was arrested, he told police they were like family. But something happened Sunday, February 26, that led to 2 murders days apart. Almost 2 weeks after Brian Bush and his girlfriend Clotheia Garret ran into their childhood friend Earl Green, a clear picture of how 2 murders 2 days apart are connected has emerged. According to court documents, the couple picked up Green on February 26 as they were heading to a Sonic on South Post Oak. The conversation was friendly. They were joking, records say, until Bush got out of the car to order food. That's when Green opened fire on his girlfriend. Police believe the car riddled with bullet holes.
As you can see that man car got shot up in the Sonic in the broad daylight. It's bad out here right now.
Court documents say the 45-year-old Garret was shot at least 7 times. Green was charged with her murder the next day, but he'll never see a courtroom. 2 days after Garrett's murder, he was gunned down in the middle of the day in far southwest Houston.
When I came outside, my neighbor was hollering. She said, "A man dead in the street."
His body lying in the intersection at Blue Ridge and Rocker Gate in Fort Bend County. He had been shot multiple times.
We're not believing that this is a random crime.
And it wasn't. Bush, now in jail, accused of murdering the man who murdered his girlfriend.